ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Hafey with Hafey Digital here, and the clip that you just saw at the beginning of this video was meant to illustrate the impact that lens flares and light leaks and things like that can have on your videos when used the right way. Now, of course, you can go search the internet and find tons of different light leaks and lens flares that other people have made that you can download and use in your videos, but that's not how we do things here. No, today we're going to be making our own lens flares using this little setup that I have behind me here. And after I've made the lens flares, I'm going to show you how I use them in Premiere to add some life to your footage. So without further ado, let's get started and make some lens flares. Sorry about the potato quality audio. I'm using my RX100 Mark V while I use my A6500 to make the light leaks. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm shooting up against a pure black background. Yes, there's a little bit of light in the room here, and that's okay. You just need to make sure that you can turn down your exposure settings enough to where the background is black. I had the lens at its widest angle, which is 16 millimeters, and I had the aperture at f4. No particular reason why I had it at f4. I didn't want it wide open because I didn't want to let in so much light, but I didn't want it super shallow. And basically what you want to do is you want to take a bright flashlight of some kind. I was using a bright headlamp, this one here, and you want to shine it right around, pretty close to the camera, right around the corner of the lens, to let that lens flare shine into the lens, hit the sensor against that black backdrop. And you'll see why the backdrop needs to be black here shortly once we get into Premiere, but that's basically all there is to it. Alright, so here we are in Premiere, and what I've done is I've pulled the clip that I took upstairs where I was filming the light flares, brought it into Premiere, and dragged it into its own new sequence. Now from here I did have to make a couple exposure adjustments to brighten up the flares and to darken the background a little bit, but I didn't have to do a whole lot. So if I click here, you can see that I boosted the exposure, boosted the highlights and the whites, and brought the blacks down a little bit. And I think that was enough to give the flare enough brightness for it to work for what I want to do. So right here, if I play this back, here's a little lens flare that I recorded that I want to use. Nice and quick. Play it again one more time. Just a quick little flash. So in order to use this in my B-roll sequence, what I want to do is copy this little clip here. I'll go over to the B-roll sequence. I'm going to just kind of paste it in here real quick, drag it up to where I think it would work. Let's just say we want to put it right here. Zoom in a little bit. Now, so you'll notice as I play back, when it goes over the lens flare clip, it goes to black, and obviously that's because it was shot against a black backdrop. In order to get rid of that black, you have to change the blend mode, and it's super simple to do. First of all, let me go to an effects panel layout here. Good, zoom in a little bit. Next, click on the clip in question, go up to the effect controls panel, go down to the opacity section, and where it says blend mode, change that to screen. And right away you'll see that a lot of the dark that was in the lens flare shot was removed. Another thing I want to do is go up to the motion properties and change scale to 50%, because I forgot to mention this earlier, but I recorded these lens flares in 4K, which is totally optional. You don't have to do it, but I feel like it gives me a little extra resolution and a little extra wiggle room to work with. Let's say if I wanted to use these on a 4K project I do in the future. So now let's zoom out a little bit, we'll play it back, and you can see what it looks like here. Nice, just a little quick little flash, and then you can move this around, and maybe let's say we want it here to transition into the next clip. Or maybe we want it over here to kind of tie these three quick clips together. It's a very subtle addition that can aid in the transition from clip to clip, but you don't have to use it for transitions. You can also use it just to give a little accent to a clip. For example, here's another lens flare that I found that kind of mimics the sun shining through the trees. Check it out. There you go, see that? So now what I want to do is I want to play the B-roll sequence back to back, first without any lens flare and then with the lens flare added in, so that you can see what kind of a difference the lens flare makes in the final clip. Pretty cool, huh? Well, that's the end of this video. Vlogust day 28 in the bag. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and come back and see me tomorrow because I'll still be here. Bye-bye.